and working. Um, Try to get some sort of music on for everyone. I need to plug in my phone so I can check to see if everything's working properly. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, it seems to be working. Oof, fucking chilly in here. Alright, so I know it looks a little dark right now, but once I get working, it should be a little better. Alright, so first things first, I need to. I actually have no rods. Oh wow, that just got super dark, huh? That's a little darker than I'd like it to be. How about that? That looks a little bit better. Suppose this one could be. That one seems like it's blurry. Is that one blurry for everyone? No, it looks okay. Alright, so unfortunately, the first thing I need to do is pull down some tubing because, or some rods, because I actually have no rods right now. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I don't know what music I can use on here yet, so I'm kind of just playing like some shitty background stuff right now, but okay. So this is a, oh, well, that's not good. So this is a 44 mil solid rod, maybe 40, I don't know. And I usually always have this stuff laying around, so like I don't like having to do this, obviously. But if I run out of rods, I can always make more, which is nice. Just gotta keep heating it, get it hot. I don't need it I don't need it to be the prettiest glass in the world, so I don't care that it has a little scuzz on it and shit. It's not a big deal to me. totally fucked that camera up, didn't I? Alright, it's still good? Yeah, it's still good. So yeah, now it's just get this hot and pull out a stringer of clear out of it. These new Ditty clips are pretty nice, huh? Way better than that old crap I used to use. Alright, there's really no need in sticking this to it yet. Alright. I really don't like having to do this, but whatever. Like sometimes when you're out of... I do hope that that camera up there doesn't get too hot. It should be fine, I think. Man, this fucking big rod holds its heat forever. It's still so hot down by my hand. They take fucking forever to heat up too, man. Just to make a rod to do some rapinry with. Pain in the ass. But, it's what you gotta do sometimes. Kind of just let gravity do the work for me now. Grab onto it with my feet. Get it pulled out as far as I can. Let it cool for a second. Alright. Sucks to have to do that, but whatever. Make a couple more of those. Where are my cutters? Uh-oh. Right there. Okay, so when I cut these, I usually just lean against the wall, grab onto the bottom with my feet, and then cut it somewhere that feels safe, and grab on this rod with my cutters again, and set this down somewhere for it to cool. And back to this again. And pull down another one. So I could just wait for that handle to cool. It'd probably be the smart thing to do, honestly. That's probably enough to make a cup. Yeah, I'm gonna just set this in my kiln like this, and then pull down well then I'll make a cup with the piece I just pulled. And then we can pull that one down a little bit later when we need to. So how's everyone doing today? Like, a little nervous, back streaming blowing glass again, and I haven't blown glass in 3 weeks. So, a little nervous, but, you know, it's what I do. I can't really... So far, this copyright music ain't horrible. It's not what I would normally listen to, but not horrible. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm happy to be back streaming again. I've been blowing glass. I just haven't been streaming. I finally got super high quality internet, and I can stream. I have everything set up now. I'm stoked. But thank you. It feels good, man. Feels good. That's awesome. You're doing good. So yeah, I'm gonna make a cup. We're gonna do a quick little wrap and rake. Well, sort of quick. Fire polish my end. Yeah, I've been streaming video games on my alternative Twitch account. Mainly Destiny, but I've finally got everything to hook back up my glass blowing stream, which is super exciting. I'm gonna start making videos again, get back into the full swing of it all. I got some really fun videos I'm gonna do over the next little bit. Hoping that the new setup lets people see what I'm doing in the flame a little bit better. My old setup just kind of let you hang out with me and not really notice what I was actually doing in the flame. This time I bought all the stuff so people can really see what I'm doing. Alright, so general rule when I'm making a pint glass is depending on the thickness and the size of the glass. So this is 44 by probably 4 or 3.2, probably by 4. So you want a bigger piece than what you want your pint glass to be when you start. So like however tall you want your glass to be, this has to be bigger because it's going to be you got to blow this up, so you're going to thin it out a lot, you know. I like using 50 by 7 or 50 by 5 for cups. But I only have 44 by 4, so that's what we're going to do. You know? Oh, come on, skip ads. We should just, I mean, I guess I could just pay for it to automatically skip ads, but... Alright, next step, heat this all up. Nice and hot. sure why there's two sound bars, two audio things. Is the audio coming through good or shitty? I haven't used Streamlabs in a long time. I can't use it when I'm streaming video games because I use Elgato. You think it's doubled up? Yeah, I thought so. Let me remove that. Okay, does that sound better? And is like the music too loud or anything like that for you guys? That's better? Okay. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. Alright. Now, uh-oh, I don't have my snips out here. Shit. Just grabbing a piece of silver real quick. Alright, got a little tiny piece of silver right there. And then grab my gold. Alright, I had to say something about the music not being terrible. This is definitely not great. Okay, good. I literally have no fucking rods. I gotta buy some. Alright, so we start with silver first, always. So heat that up. Does that actually show my bench when I pick that up? Can't really tell if you guys can see me picking it up. I don't think you can you? It's alright. I'm just picking up a piece of silver. Well, I'm trying to. It doesn't want to stick. Alright, there we go. Grab that without burning myself. Reheat it a little bit. These new Diddy lenses work good, huh, Troy? Fire? The other cam is in front of it. Oh, shit. I think if I did that... Oh, I see what you're saying. The other camera screen. I'm a dumbass. I got ya. Alright. So you want to get this where, like, if I put this under the bench, it's slightly glowing orange right now. Then let it cool back down for a second. The flame with silver does, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, I understand now. I'm an idiot, Troy. I totally didn't understand that at first. Alright, so I'm just gonna do silver right here, silver right there, and right there. So it looks like there's not much on it right now, but as soon as I do this, and crank up some propane on there, the carbon from the propane brings out the silver. And you want to, like, get it really brought out right now to the point where it, like, starts to bake it in a little bit even. Now you can see that it has some silver to it. Then we're gonna pick up this piece of gold, which is a little bigger than I would normally use, so I'm hoping it don't fall off here.
So this year certainly had some challenges, but it's not over yet. So let us help you get through it with some savings that are certain to start your year off with.
It's always scary picking up a big piece of gold because if right here it decides to just melt and fall off, you're kind of fucked. It just, there's nothing you can do. Okay. Oh my god, these fucking ads, man. Shut up. Okay. I don't get paid for those ads. We can't be playing them. Ooh, I almost lost that gold right there. Okay, so now the music is getting to be kind of fucking questionable. I think I'm just gonna play. See, I don't want to get struck. I don't know what I can listen to on here. Alright, so now, a lot of gold. As you can see, that thing is now coated. So now starts coming the little more tricky part. Especially while streaming with all this equipment around me everywhere. I gotta move some shit. The mic might be a little bit quieter for you for a little bit for me talking, but okay. Oh shit. I'll be right back. My fucking computer is about to die. So it might stop streaming, guys. I'll try to make it back quick enough with everything. Oh, that was close. I didn't think. I thought that was about to all die. I looked up and all of a sudden it said computers at 5%, and I was like, wait, I didn't do that. Woo! Huh. All right. Yeah, I made it. Just barely. Woo! Alright, don't shatter, please. It's fucking cold in here, so I'm a little worried this is gonna just explode right now. I'm gonna have to spend a good amount of time and build some playlists that are copyright-free music. Okay, so when I'm doing this big of a piece of tubing and trying to wrap and rake it, first of all, this is like a really big piece on this end because I just pulled it. Will this hold this? No. It will if I go like that, right? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So, when I do one that's this big, I do it in at least 2 wraps, where I start on the bottom down here. I get it glowing red. Where it like wants to start flopping on me. Holy edge, bro. Oh man. Alright. Heat up a good chunk of this because it's so thick that you want to be able to keep pulling after you connect it. Alright, so now just gonna tag, start pulling it away to get your stringer pulled. Oh, I fucked that up bad. My tube bent. You see that? Sorry, I just want to get this up to like here anyway. Alright, so because I fucked that up that badly, that sucks. It didn't screw up the pattern, it just screwed up me spinning it. Made it a lot harder to go further. Alright, so the hard part's done. Getting that part on there and the stick is the hard part of doing a wrap and rake this long, really. And I haven't done a wrap and rake in, I think, like a couple months at this point, so. Alright, go back here. Tag, start pulling the stringer. Alright, so now we got that all stuck on there. It's not the best looking. It's a little thick. The thick is in, right? Thick is in. So, I'm definitely gonna have to look for some different music. Ugh. Stop it, bro. Alright, gaming EDM mix. Let's see how you are. I think this is literally the same song that was just on. Alright, so now we can start doing the rake. So I want to heat up one full line on the tube. Jeez, man. We're just gonna fast forward like halfway. So I'm wondering if I play normal music, will they just, on YouTube, will they just audio mute the replay, or will they fucking ban me? On Twitch, they just mute the replay. So I try to keep these as close as possible. Like, I pretty much want them to touch, but not, like, super close. I'd rather have them touch than be too far away. Yeah, they'll probably ban me. Yeah, fuck. Well, I don't want that. I'm just starting this streaming on YouTube thing out, so... I guess we deal with this music for now, and if any of you guys find a better non-copyrighted thing, please let me know. Maybe I'll have to just pay like a license or something to have good music, like pay for a license to listen to certain stuff. Okay, again, trying to just keep these as close as I can to each other. The flame, like, leading it, so it's heating up those wraps before I get to them a little bit. Even if you gotta, like, bounce up and down it like this. Just keep moving along the whole piece. Music's not horrible. I can't like crank it or anything anyways, because it would be annoying for you guys, but I wonder if like Wookie Foot and shit like that is copyrighted. Probably. They're not very big though, so maybe they don't copyright their stuff. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm over halfway now. So I know when you're doing rap and rakes, oh, I'm over halfway. So I know when you're doing rap and rakes, most people have a tendency to start skipping bigger spaces the further they get into this. You just like want to move faster. But the real key to a fast rap and rake is when you're melting it in, not being able to burn your pattern off, and it being even in glass. Yeah, I'm playing a copyright, like I'm on just a channel on YouTube that's just called Copyright Free Music, you know. I'll have to just make a cool playlist. Or like find some other streamers' playlists or something. I'm sure Ludwig has a cool streaming playlist he has. He's become one of my favorite streamers lately, so I'll look into it. Ooh, the end of this rod is still hot as fuck, man. Jesus. Ow. So it's rough having to pull, like time-wise, this takes me a long time right now because I have to pull the 40 mil rod down into a rod I can use for the wrap and rake. But besides that, these are really quick normally. If I just had rods right now, I would have been done a long time ago. Probably done with 2 by now. But this is the life of the glass blower sometimes. Sometimes you fuck up, you run out of money, and you run out of rods or something, tubing or something, and you fucking realize, like, I need to make enough money to pay for that, and all the other shit. Alright. I gotta heat it up for a second, and then I'll show you guys like how tight it is on camera and whatnot. I'm not sure how good you can actually see in the flame. It has a Diddy lens on it, but I'm not sure how it portrays overall. So, okay. Guess I would have to, it's on manual focus too, whatever. Okay, next step, peel off this end clean, but make sure it's heated evenly. Don't just peel it as soon as you can, because you'll get the spot you started is going to be thicker glass for one, because it was cold when you started laying it on, and for two, it's going to be colder. So if you go to just peel this off, say right now, you're going to end up with a lopsided bottom that's going to cause more problems later. So wait till it's all droopy and you can just do it right outside of the flame. You want to be able to manipulate glass you're pulling off outside of the flame for the most part. Then when you go back in, you can just keep it nice and clean, you know. This is definitely new since streaming last time, so I don't know how many people have seen this little thing. So I started using a diamond blade. That's an old diamond blade for cutting glass that I wedge in the hole in my bench between the bucket and it, and I use that as my break-off rod, you know? And you can actually like score something on it and break it too. It's fucking pretty goddamn sweet. It's a good addition for any glass shop though. Alright, so we got it all patterned. Now I need to find my blow hose. There it is. Get the blow hose on. Lift her up. There. Alright. So even when I do have rods, I still use 9.5 hollow for my handles. My solid handles. I just like the feel of them, and they're actually stronger. So first thing, you want to kind of try to straighten this end here a little bit. Get the rod welded nice and clean. And I automatically go up to the top. This is going to be the lip of the cup. So we're just making a pint glass right now. And that right here is going to be where you drink out of on the cup. So we need to start melting this in. And you see how it's all like lumpy and shit? You can't have that obviously. So we're going to heat it up, melt it in, and then stretch it a little bit. Because we're going to want to cut this off up like a ½ inch into this. So get it melted in a little bit. Heat it again to get it straightened up. I use my Elmarver and blowing a lot when I'm making cups. It's very important. So that's why a blow hose is very important. I want to stretch that a little bit, but not so far that it starts getting like out of whack, you know? Now we can go do the rest of the cup. Actually melt everything in. be. So now the idea is get the whole entire thing melted in, pushed together. So I gotta thicken it up, because if I try to just blow this up right now, I'd never get it melted in fully. So you want to actually condense this and squish it together ever so slightly while you're heating this. So you can find your thick spots, thin spots, all that shit. Once I get this really hot, a little hotter still, I'm going to take it to the marver and I'm going to blow it. So I was blowing in it and spinning ever so slightly to cool the outside, but blow it the inside up. And that really smooths everything out. Same thing. You can see it's starting to get bigger around, but it's still not even close to as big as it's got to be a pint glass. So now I got to heat this really hot, all at one time, stretch it, blow it, and marver it all at the same time. So I won't be able to talk during it, but you'll see what I mean. So I got the middle. Now I got to blow up that top part where I necked it down like that. Same thing. I don't want to crunch this in though. I want to blow it up right as it is. Get as much out of it as I can. So I'm going to set it down right there. Blowing slow and even. Very important. Slow and even. Alright now, Wolf, in a minute. So, my little signature on my personal pint glasses is I put a little faux Maria ring right here, we'll say, and then shape the bottom. And this is how I do that. Heat one ring all the way around, push together and blow slightly. Then don't blow and push together in the flame. You end up with that. So from there, that could be fine. I could just blow up the bottom and it would be good, but I like to add a little bit more flair than others to help mine sell well, so I do this now. take this paddle, I like marble mold paddles as paddles, not normal ones, because these don't get hot as quick. They're so thick. Okay, first thing is I need to get this all even and straight, so back to the marber here. Very lightly blow. Now I can take this, go down. I'm going to rest it right here when it's cold, and then start spinning. So it caves it down some. I'm going to do it a little bit more. Then I heat up the bottom, just this part here, set it on here at an angle, and use this to flatten my bottom. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that though. Alright, so it looks kind of good, but you see how it's lumpy there still? Now I can fix that by paddling it again. So now it's even there. My bottom isn't going to be perfectly flat right now, and that's fine. I don't want it to be. And the last straightening trick is this. I set it here and then do this. That gets me a lot closer. You can see there's like lines right here now. I gotta get rid of those. Which is just a really hot flame and holding it in the right position so it doesn't stretch or crush in. But I don't want to have to marber it again, so you gotta be kind of clean about that. I let it droop away a little bit right now, and it gets rid of your marber line for the most part. Not all of them, but it's not that big of a deal. On a more expensive cup, it is a big deal, though. Again, a hollow 9.5 for my handle. Welded solid. Do not cold seal these. I know a lot of people think when you're doing cups you should be doing cold seals now. That is not what I think. I weld that bitch on good right now. But there's nothing worse than getting a cup this far and then your bottom cracking from a cold seal, or you go to do your top and you're spinning it and it just breaks the fuck off of your handle, you know? So I want to make sure that's like a good, clean weld. I don't actually care if this is perfectly straight on this cup right now. Like, I want it to be, but if it's not, I don't care all that much. Because I'm going to use my marber so much to help me, my two marbers, that it doesn't matter that much. Alright, so here I'm going to do what we call a peel and pop. So, you're going to see, I'll try and turn it this way so you can see a little better. I'm gonna heat in one spot right where this starts going down into my uneven glass. And I'm gonna heat in a straight line. Start pulling away, not blowing in it. Right at the end, I blow in it. And it pops my thing. It doesn't look perfect right now. So I peel that one little last thing, that tag that left there, out of the glass. And you can see it looks a little wonky right now, but it's actually not that bad. This is my personal favorite tool for doing cups. Just a triangle reamer that I made myself many years ago. And this is all I need. So I heat this up. I set it on here. Open it up a little bit. You can see it's still fucked up. But the wall is kind of straight with the rest of the cup. So I want it to get really straight with the rest of the cup, so I heat up a little bit more of it. I set it down here, put this in like this, spin the cup. So one side of this is opening and the other side is smoothing. Now you can see it's still messed up, but I'm gonna take and heat all the way back here, all the way up to there. And this is gonna be my cushion to push all the lumpiness into, so you can't see it on the lip. It's still gonna be in the glass. You can't get rid of it unless you like grind it away or whatever, but I don't like doing that. So I heat up this much of the cup, take this paddle, this Elmarver, heat up the top a lot, set it here, and then just squish this all in. And it looks even worse, a little bit. I'm gonna heat it again, do this trick again, just to open it up, right back into this paddle. I can do it one more time. My lip's getting a little funky looking, but that's totally fine. I'm not working on my lip right now. I'm working on getting rid of the thickness out of my lip. So once you get that to look straighter for everything, you can now just heat up the lip and back a little ways. Marver it all to get it cleaned up this way. Then just the lip and a little bit of the rest of it. You want to get this really hot this time. And I kind of apply a decent amount of force right there. You can never push too hard. And then right back to this again. Lightly this time. You don't want to like do it hard. Now you can see it's still not looking straight with everything, so I'm still just gonna keep doing this little bits at a time. You can't force it to move too much in one step, so you wanna just keep working it and melting this rim, marvering it. Alright, so you might be wondering, am I worrying about the rest of my cup getting cold? I am-ish, but cups stay pretty warm if you're working on a big section of them. But the trick to not fucking this up, now that I have a good rim on it that you can see is clean, looks good, everything is in there, you don't want to just heat the outside of this. You want to heat the inside of it first with a bushyish flame, so it's just bouncing around inside of there. Because right now you have a very real chance of the honey being a hotter area than the rest of it around it, which will cause cracking. Oh wow, that's not good. That's fucking dirty. Okay. So keep heating on the inside of the cup. Then you can start just heating the outside of it, kind of flame anneal the whole thing. So now it's all slightly glowing red. Even if you can't see it, maybe you can, but it's all slightly glowing red. So right now, because I did this, I want to check to make sure there's no like any weird shit looking there. There's not that I can see, but I like to just like heat that up a little bit. So these are my favorite. I've had these since 1999, first year of glass blowing. And these grabbers are the shit. I didn't use them for like the first 10 years of glass blowing, but now I use them every day. So I put these inside and open them up like that to hold the cup. Fucking thing is hot. Get it somewhat straight, then. So my bottom looks really off right now, which is a little concerning, but not really. Because when I squish it here in a second, which I'll try to angle the camera so you guys can see when I squish it in a second here, I think it won't be hard. Okay. So I'm just getting this hot and even. Then come in here. Okay, that was good. Bottom. Set it back down now. Make sure it doesn't wobble. Just want to like give it a tap, make sure there's no wobble. And then into the kiln she goes. Which I just use one of these gloves here. And that's a cup. Oh right, I kind of forgot that I had that front view up there for you. I do want to make sure I have the Marver in view. How is like where it's at, is it getting good? I have it on manual focus. So I'm not sure if it's like right here is blurry or over there is blurry. I think I'm good. Oh, Wolf wants in. Hey buddy. What are you doing, huh? What's up? Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff set up in here right now that you don't like. Oh. You're like, what is all this shit in my way, Dad? Oh. Where you going, Wolves? Huh? Oh. What? Come here. Here. put you on camera. Come over here, buddy. Come here, Wolf. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Wolves. Hi, Wolves. Good buddy, buddy. Here, come here. Come here. Wolf, 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 wolf. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Some wolf. Oh, yeah, here. Woo, it's chilly. I gotta close that door. Ah, Wolf got his fancy cardboard and he's out. Okay. Shut that off for a second. Turn my heat on. And when I say turn my heat on, I just turned a Bunsen burner on. Woo! Is this too dark? Oh, that's as light as it goes. That camera lens, I can actually darken it up. Like the actual Diddy lens can darken it up, which is, I thought was pretty fucking cool. Fucking chilly in here. I've been trying to figure out how to set my Discord up better so it like tells people when to come here and I'm live and all that shit, but man, am I rusty on all this shit. I just don't remember. I'm really happy that now weed is legal in New York. Like, I don't have to worry about every time I want to smoke weed, I gotta shut the camera off. Oof. Alright. I know my mic has another setting which is actually louder, but I think it picks up more background noise. Like, if I turn this on right there, it picks it up a lot louder for sure. But I think it picks up more of the background too, right? Ooh. Man, Bunsen burner warms it up quick in here. Yeah, I literally spent all day yesterday, like, fucking 8 hours in my glass shop, cleaning it, moving shit, fucking putting up all these pictures up here so it wasn't just like a shitty piece of sheetrock for the background for you guys, and fucking re-downloaded Streamlabs so I could do it through this. Okay. So the very next thing that I gotta do is pull another fucking piece of rod out. That kind of sucks, but whatever. Alright, back to it. So I am going to do a stream soon that is, seeing as there's only 3 of yous in here, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. To make a video for YouTube, I have some good ideas. And one of the fucking videos that I think would be fun to do a continuing series is every once in a while I'm live, I will ask chat what they want me to make. And then I will gift it to either that person or have that person choose who it gets gifted to, and they'll get put into a prize pool. If you gift it to someone else, you'll get put into a prize pool. It can only be gifted once. Whoever gifts it to somebody, the second person gets it, and whoever gets put in the whoever gifts their thing away, I'm not going to tell other people this, you're only going to know it if you hear it right here now, is if you skip, you're going to be put into a prize pool to win something really sick. But I'm just going to like ask viewers, however many I have that day, tell me what they want me to make. I'm going to make it, and then gift it, like DM the people, you know. Oh nice, had some customers. So then, after I do that, I'll make a YouTube video about it and, like, you know, try to make a little follow-up. I think it'll be fun. Another good one that I have a couple good ideas that involve, like, my viewers watching live. For smoking weed, I'm pretty sure, man, like, more people smoke weed on YouTube than they do Twitch. So, I hope. But if not, I'll get banned and go back to Twitch, I suppose. Definitely louder. Is it better louder or worse louder? Like, this is the one I use, this is the setting I use when I'm streaming inside. The fan is on, Troy. I have... Oh, shit. I spent quite a bit of time on my audio settings for in-game, for when I'm streaming inside to not pick up background noise. So I have like the threshold set pretty proper right now, you know, I think. Oh wait, my screen in the back got super blurry, huh? What happened there? That's better. Okay. So I gotta pull another fucking rod out because I have no rods. So I'm gonna grab that. I had paper towels out here somewhere. I think my shopmate might have used them or something. Maybe I brought them inside, I don't know. Okay, so if you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, which I don't think hardly anyone was, I don't have any glass rods right now. I'm out of rods. The only rods I have are these giant 40 mil solid rods. So I have to pull my rods that I'm going to use for wrap and rank out of these today, which is a bit rough. But whatever, it's sometimes shit like this happens in glass. Man, I really wish I could fucking just listen to Critical Role while I was blowing glass still, while I was streaming, but I know that's copyrighted. There's no way I can do that. Maybe one day I'll get to meet him and get... Alright guys, you gotta get me big enough on here for streaming that Critical Role will allow me the licensing to listen to them while I'm streaming. Like, I'll make them whatever they want whenever they want, just so I can listen to them while I stream still. So the easiest way to get a end of a big solid rod clean is always just use gravity. Don't try to hold this thing outright straight. It'll just kill your forearm. Okay. This time I'm going to be smart about it, and I'm not going to punny up to it until it's hot enough to stretch. Yeah, my fan's on. It's been on the whole time. It's funny, I was thinking about that. Awesome. That's good to know. It's kind of funny, I was thinking that it would be a cool idea to put a fan cam in, just so if I did forget to turn it on, chat could tell me. I'm pretty good these days about not forgetting my fan, though. It only happens once in a great while. I can smell the air almost instantly when it's bad in the room. Like right now, I'm gonna probably go turn my other fan on in a second because I'm starting to smell a little bit of, you know, that stale air smell. Alright, it's starting to move a little bit, so gonna get it good and hot everywhere. Need it extra hot on the end because it's a lot harder to heat that up once you add a punny to it. So especially thick glass like this has a real memory to it. So you don't want to try to stretch this until you've really heated it up hot. The cooler you stretch it, the more likely you're going to get a whole shit ton of stretch marks on the outside of it. That last little end part there that's thick, that's always kind of the problem when doing this. Just gotta have a headphone in. I thought about that, but also isn't that like a little bit weird for you guys to like watch me dancing around but not have music on? Like, I was thinking about maybe I could have some way to have, like, this is what's playing right now, and you just join in, and you can listen along on your own speakers, your own headphones, but I don't know who does that, you know? Alright, so in the beginning, when it's doing this, you don't want to stretch it too much till your middle cools down, or you end up with a really thin piece like this. And then, just like before, I'm going to lean against the wall, grab the bottom with my feet, hopefully, and then pull. Alright. Whew. Alright, not quite as long as I'd like, but alright, good. So this is definitely better. Good. Oh! Whew. Man, all that just to have a fucking rod to be able to do a wrap and rank with. Huh. Yeah, the microphone is sitting like that far from my torch, so it makes sense. It's pretty loud. Is there 24 millimeter tubing here? I don't think so, bud. I have this much 32 mil, I think. That's all I got for littler size tubing, though. Alright, so now I can make another cup. Because I'm not pulling 2 rods down. Oh, yesterday, Troy, I took my my little Paragon kiln that I've like never fucking used, and I hooked it all up so it's fucking 220 now. With my other, like how I set up this Paragon with my furnace, everything in it, I did that with my little 110 kiln and hooked it up to 220. So when I put my glass shop inside, I'm going to put a little bench in there. I'm going to leave this one out here, but have a single bench in there for streaming from. I have a kiln. You meant more for Critical Role? Oh, for Critical Role for the headphones. Got ya. That's actually a good idea, because I could just tell people where I'm at in the story. Like, if I could have a little thing. That's smart, actually, Troy. Oh, my camera in the front's blurry again. Sorry, guys. Why is that happening? It's picking up the torch super good, though, huh? Weird. Maybe it's got to be pointed up higher.
It's the home of storytelling, where you can find the biggest celebrities like you've never heard them before. Original thrillers that break new ground in audio entertainment.
Yeah, maybe that'll help.
Keep you guessing. And coming back.
Okay, so back to Critical Role. That's smart, Troy, because I could probably hook up a little bot that you could like type in chat, and it could tell you the like web link to Critical Role and where I'm at, so you could like listen along. There might even be a way to do that for music. But yeah, if I just had a headphone in for Critical Role, maybe you could just like type a command into chat and it would tell you where I'm at, so you could listen along to the story, so maybe people would watch Critical Role because of me. I don't know. Alright, so again, this is, I do believe, 44 by 4. So I want to use a little bit bigger piece. Longer than what you would think. Music's a little loud now, I think. Yeah, the plan was to make mugs today. Cool. Good. Yeah, you know you're more than always welcome here, bud. Yeah, I'm sure Toot will let you buy a tube, though. I'm not sure what my latency is on. I feel like you're, I turned it to low latency. I thought that meant that it would be a quicker thing. Yeah. Do you know, am I supposed to have it on if I want people to be watching as instantly as they can? Is it supposed to be on normal latency, low latency, or ultra low latency? I put it on low latency because I didn't know what that meant. I know some people don't want you watching live because they're streaming video games or whatever, and it's not great. But I want it to be as close to real time as it can be, you know. But I know when I turned on when I was watching the stream on my phone, it was behind by a good ways. Oh, the brightness of the torch is fucking with that camera. Okay. Well, hopefully it's not too bad for you. Okay, a little different this time. I'm gonna silver fume up the sides of both sides. Cool. Okay, so there's the silver on there. You can see. Now, pepper it with gold. Hope it doesn't pop off right now. Coat it really good, because with the gold, that is, because the gold, even though it looks like it's on there heavy, sometimes once you actually start wrapping and raking, you can burn it off pretty easy. So I like to use a lot of gold. And who doesn't like gold, right? Alright, this should be cooled down enough now. I actually think I can get away with this as my wrapping tool. If I... Yeah, this can be enough for wrapping it. That'll be a lot easier. That'll make it easy. This whole process easier. Not having to hold that giant long one. Try to keep it semi-straight here. Low latency is better? Okay. Yeah, I have it on low. I could have put it on ultra low. But also, I have no clue if it's actually behind for me or not, like, for you guys or not. Like, I looked at it on my YouTube for a second when I first started, but, you know, I don't have YouTube turned on to my channel right now. It's playing the music in the background. Because I thought it would be weird to have it up on the screen in the back for me. Okay, so again, getting this all glowing red. Get this good and hot, and I'm only going to go up to about there right now, because I don't... What happens if you do it all too much, especially when you use gold, is you'll go to heat this back up, and all of these coils will just pop back off of here. So you only want to go a little ways, trail it off, and go back and heat these up so the coils stick. Oh, perfect. Good. Okay, so you can see that first coil went on nice and smooth, so I'm just going to do the next section, which I'm actually not going to go all the way to the end. I'm just going to do another little section. And this is just a lot easier to, like, keep everything attached and clean. Like, down here, these coils, because I heated them and marbered them a little, will stick on there now. But if I was to have kept going, as soon as I heated those coils up, it would have fucking made them pop off and just fall off. Like, you can get these, you can coil one of these things and then touch it and have the whole entire coil fall back off on you. It's so annoying. So I did get a clump there, which I'm not happy about, but that's fine. I'll deal with it with the rake. I do highly recommend using a roller when you're putting your wraps on. Again, I'm only going to do a little bit of it and then go back and heat it so it doesn't fall off. And I'm going to go back and heat this wrap because I don't want it to fall off either. Yeah, you know what's funny? I can't use Streamlabs with my Elgato. It's the older version that doesn't support Streamlabs or OBS. Or OBS don't support it. And I can't use so I use the program for my Elgato for streaming video games on the other page on my Twitch. And then I can't use that out here because I need the Elgato hooked up for it to even, like, recognize the software. So I use Streamlabs out here. I wish I could use Streamlabs in both places, though. It would be so much better. Okay, so now when I go all the way back down here, none of the coils want to fall off on me. In the middle, none of the coils want to fall off, and the top. So I can heat this whole entire thing now without the coils falling off, you know? Yeah, it feels good to be back streaming again. It's nice, you know. Troy knows I live in the middle of nowhere and don't see people very often. I play video games with a few people every night usually, but I don't see people very often, so it's nice to converse with people on here. Okay, on to this one. So you don't want too aggressive of a flame when it comes to this, but you don't want it to be like a big, huge, bushy flame either, because you need it to heat ahead of you. So you don't want it to like burn the fume off ahead of you, but it needs to be hot enough that it melts this pretty thick rod I'm using for a rake right now at a smooth, even pace. So I actually want to like warm the rod a little bit, not too much. If you get it too hot, then you leave way too much glass. Alright, so the first line, just start above it, stick, get it moving. It's always going to be a little thick until you get the like feel of the actual raking part on, which I need a little more propane on the outside. Alright, this is gonna be thick clear I'm leaving on this, but whatever, it's gonna look sweet. As long as I make sure it's raking it a little bit, I don't really care how much clear I leave. So Troy, I haven't seen you on Destiny since the new season. Have you gotten on and done the stuff at all? I know WoW just updated, so you're probably playing that most of the time, huh? If you do play a game. And speaking of that, how is the new WoW update? It looks like everybody's having fun with it. I was watching Asmongold the other day. Yeah, and I was thinking about it, like, I didn't want to do video game streaming on this channel after I thought about it. It's just like for glass, you know? Like, this will be glass and just like talking about whatever, you know, when I stream and make videos and shit. But then I changed my Twitch channel into the name, which doesn't have any followers yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, that's 13, but I changed it to my D&D character's name, Montalamus, to make it a more unique name, and I'll just have people call me Monty in game. because I'm already used to that. And like, honestly, so many people call me Live right now as it is that I might as well fucking, like, no new people when they read my name say Live. They're always Live. I'm like, yeah. And also, I realized my name on Twitch before just said, to most people, live_JG. And I was like, oh yeah, that's totally not what I wanted that to say. Yeah, I'm gonna start, probably next week I'll do the first stream of chat choosing a D&D 5e creature and then me attempting to make it out of glass. I don't know, maybe not next week, because I probably should order some color before I attempt that. But I could just make it an all fumed one. But like give the viewers like a choice between like 3 or 4 creatures, talk about them a little bit, and then do a poll, and whoever fucking gets voted for, that's who I make. And then we fight it in our campaign, like have Brad add it into the campaign somewhere, video a little bit of the day that we fight it, obviously not stream the whole thing or anything, but just video a little bit of it. And make that a YouTube video. I think those would be fun videos that are like, sort of clickbaity, but like real. Not making glass D&D characters and then fighting them. Dude, there's so many people that have like mini shows where they're just like painting minis and shit. That, I don't know, I think that'd be a show I'd watch anyways. You can see, pretty clean looking. Actually, let's see, can I? Hey, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Yeah, thanks, Troy. That's good. It's a little bit busy in there today. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should have now that I'm streaming again, make little cards that whenever you buy a piece of mine, you can get you get a card from there, and then that card just has my YouTube info on there, so you can go and possibly watch me make something that goes to the wild side, because I'm gonna do not all the wild side orders on here, but I think I'm just gonna stream pretty much every time I blow glass now. It is a pain in the balls to bring all of my stuff out here and set it up out here, because I can't leave it out here. It's too cold. I can't leave any of my electronics, my cameras, none of it out here. They're garbage the next day. Yeah, it really sucks when it's super dead in there, I'm sure. Just fucking boring. Alright, so that first line, you guys see how like lopsided this is getting right here? That first line I put on there was way thicker than the rest of them. So, it's causing it to lopside. I don't think it's as bad at the other end because it started like stretching a little bit by there, the rod did. But this end is literally making one whole side like go longer and further, so I want to get rid of that now, which I don't normally do this step right now where I heat this up and all the way. But I certainly want to work on that a little bit right now so it's not so prominent in the end when I'm trying to do this all clean, you know? You can see how much thicker it is on that side. So that's how you deal with an over thick spot, is let it cool and cool and cool where the rest of it's not glowing as much and then blowing it. Because the rest of it will be, that's too short. I gotta grab a handle. Be right back. Because the rest of it is cooled down. Blah, blah, blah. That part will still blow up. It's definitely still going to be lopsided. And I may not try my normal trick on the bottom of this one because it's going to be so lopsided that I'll be able to fix it easy if I don't do my Maria ring trick. Alright. Back to the blow hose. Is it tangled around my neck or something? I feel like something's not right here. Oh, sometimes blow hoses are such a pain in the ass. Alright, there we go. Okay, just like last time, gonna move. I can't move right up there because I'll probably shatter this. So I'm going to start by heating down here with a semi-butchy flame, angling it this way so my flame is bouncing up it. And then just move up slowly so it's heating in front of me and I won't crack my top there. Okay, so this one is going to be a little lopsided because of that first line, so I'm actually not going to do the mouthpiece trick first this time, because if I do, I'm going to have a really thinned out spot in my cup when I go to melt this all, when I go to blow it in. Instead, I think we just blow it up now, get it a little bushier. And I know it's hard to tell by looking at this that it's off, but you can feel it in every spin. The trick then becomes just getting everything hot, and a little spin right now to all of it will help a lot if you can do it clean. So getting a little bit of a spin on it right now will help move that thickness. But that can also be very tricky right now to not fuck everything up. So just take your time and go slow. Blowing it for long, even periods of time, not short bursts. So having it start to like fuck up a little bit on me there is totally normal and fine. There's no big deal. Yo, Kostrova! Dude, good to see you, my man. I love to see your name pop up right now. So much love for you, my guy. How you fucking been, dude? New setup. Able to stream from home now because I got good internet. Got the 2 Diddy lenses so I can do good shit, you know? Yeah, man, I'm gonna be doing it all the time now. I've been streaming video gameplay on Twitch under my D&D's name, Montalamus. That's my D&D character's name. But now I got this all set up so I can be doing live streams on here constantly now. Like higher quality, you know? You have a 9-month-old son, dude. Congratulations. Yeah, that is wild, man, but I will say, I was always the never have kids type guy, and now that I'm getting older and I see all of my friends with like these cool kids, kind of like, man, I could have had a cool kid too. Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love hearing it. I'm going to be doing more streams on here for glass blowing and start making some really fun. I have some really good ideas for videos. I've been really like thinking about it and like making a plan to make like actually entertaining videos, not just, you know, like I've made some good videos of glass blowing that were like how-tos that were still fun and entertaining, but I want to make like, you know, like entertaining videos with glass, do fun shit with it. Like giveaways and shit like that. Cool, dude. I love to hear it, man. Glass time being limited compared to having time with your son is a trade I'd make every day, man. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna be around here all the time now, man. Fucking, I got a real proper setup to do it. Real good internet. So I'm stoked to get back to it. Honestly, today would have been me in the glass shop just listening to Critical Role all day and then playing video games later. So instead, I got to see motherfucking Peter Castroba, Troy War, Fire. All kinds of cool people showed up in here today so far. Well, I guess 3, but you're all cool as fuck. That means a lot to me, dude. Alright, getting the length, then go back to the marber and blow and even. Haha. Awesome, man. Glass can be extremely boring to learn if you learn from the wrong person, I think. They're not boring, frustrating. So many of the videos I've seen out there of people like doing how-to videos are so like, I don't know, man. They feel like you're in a fucking 6th grade science teacher's class that you can't stand the teacher because they're fucking boring as shit. Like, I don't know. Personality to teaching, I think, is everything. You need the people to be engaged. And I just find glass entertaining as fuck anyway, so it's easy for me to make it seem entertaining. Okay. Dude, I agree. Bad teachers is what killed my whole high school motivate. Like, I quit high school because there were so many shitty teachers that, like, even if I thought the subject was entertaining, there was teachers that fucking killed that shit. I loved science, man. Loved it. And I had a teacher that absolutely made me hate going to science every day, and that was so annoying to me. And then I had a math teacher who I didn't even like math as a kid. I had a math teacher who was so fucking cool that every day I fucking like wanted to go to his class, and like I would even go hang out at his class when it wasn't like when I was at study halls and shit. And we would play like hacky sack in his room and he would play with us and shit. He was such a cool teacher. And I learned math because I liked that guy so much, and that's what he was into, that he just like convinced us how important it was. But then many years later I saw him and I pulled out my iPhone and showed him a calculator. I was at a bar and I was like, "Yo, Mr. Babcock, remember when you told us we would never have a fucking we would never carry a calculator with us everywhere we go? Look." And he just starts laughing and he goes, "It's so hard to get kids to learn math these days because literally, why would you? You can just pull this thing out and ask it and it'll tell you any math problem there is." I just started laughing. It's gotta be hard to be a math teacher nowadays. Why? Like, why do I need to know? My phone, I don't even need to type it. I can just ask Google and it'll tell me the answer to the most complicated math problem you can throw at me. I still love math, but... Okay, so again, you can see the rim on this one's a little nicer with the peel and pop. There's like this little area that's messed up. But the first thing you want to do is you want to just get this warm and then open it up to see what you're really working with. So you want to flatten this glass out, and then you can see how off it is. Like, that's off, that's pretty good, but everything else is pretty good. So now, I completely agree, man. That's why I try to be, like, I learned a lot in glass, and it's definitely not for the money, because I'm broke 90% of the time in my life. So, what I came up with it was for a long time ago, well before I was broke, most of the time, was I want to pass the knowledge on, because I want my art to live forever. And yes, maybe my artwork itself will be around for a good long time, but knowledge is the only thing that can make your art last forever, is like build the whole entire industry in ways that the future people can build on what you learned. So I personally think teaching is like the most important thing after you've learned a lot in glass blowing. It's like the most gratifying thing, because you know that at least some of your work, your techniques, are going to live on forever, because that person's going to teach someone your technique, then that person's going to teach someone your technique, and then someone's going to be like, oh, but if I did this during that, it would make it like this. And then it keeps building from there, and you're part of a teaching history, whether you know it, whether people know you were or not, you know? Like, I don't necessarily care if I'm remembered for being an amazing teacher or anything like that, but I care that I taught people and that they thought that what I taught them was valuable. Just because I'm feeling a little froggy, I already got a bunch of time in it, why not? I'm going to add a couple marbles to this bad boy, because I got this big fat end of glass anyways that is going to suck for doing anything else with, so add me a couple nibbles to it. Yeah, I got that whole mindset from Emilio Santini, honestly. Emilio's family had 400 years of glass blowing in his family tree before him. And when he started blowing glass, they were a very, like, secretive family about what they knew. And, like, they lived in Murano, and you weren't allowed to, like, share secrets with your friends or neighbors or anything like that, because, you know, the secrets they came up with were legitimately their secrets, you know? But Emilio moved to the United States and started teaching people how to do shit that they did there. And his family was like, what the fuck? And that was his philosophy, was like, you guys have handed it down through the family tree. What if the family tree doesn't keep going? Like, yes, I took it on, and your sons and your daughters and shit did, but what if my sons and my daughters don't? Like, times are changing. I want my knowledge to be passed on as well. And I am so thankful to Emilio for that. He is the reason I'm making a cup right now. A little slug on there maybe, and then I'm not going to over decorate it, just going to throw a couple things on here just to make it a little cooler, you know? Even though I won't get a dime more for this cup because of this. Literally, like, I won't get a dime more. Ben might, Drinking Vessels, might get more money for it with these marbles on there, but it'll still be the same price for me, though. But this is also how you keep customers, like, knowing who you are and whatnot, is when you're sending stuff to them for the same price but more work, just to be like, yeah, whatever, I didn't mind doing it, it was fun. And it is a little fun, you know? Exactly, dude. Their livelihood was tied to their unique techniques, but like he realized that that's not gonna stay. You know, come the 80s and 90s, yes, but as soon as internet came out and all that shit, like Emilio and his sister both realized quickly, like, this ain't gonna last like this forever. We need to like branch out a little bit and be known across the world. Cause dude, that's what made Emilio famous too, is like Emilio was famous as fuck in Italy, but nobody knew who he was here really. So every one of us that he taught early on in the early fucking 2000s when he taught all of us, that's all we talked about was Emilio. So everyone we knew started knowing who he was. Everyone that fucking like, you could look him up in books and shit, but they were like books that, like Contemporary Lampworking had Emilio's work in it. But actually meeting him was very different, you know? Like getting to tell how cool he was of a person, even though he was in the Contemporary Lampworking book. Because honestly, in the early days, most of us glass blowers that were pipe makers, when we first met a lot of the people that were in those Contemporary Lampworking books, they told us we weren't artists. And a lot of them were fucking douchebags to us. I'm not going to mention names right now, but a lot of them were fucking douchebags to us. Pipe makers who now all make pipes, the people that were douchebags to us. Amelia was not one of those people. Amelia was very much fucking cool. Super supportive of it. Alright, this was more than I wanted to put on this, but whatever, it's cool. Dude, that book was fucking hilarious, bro. You know why? Because everything they said in it was fucking like backwards compared to how you could make money for a long time with glass without pipes. Because literally, pipe making is so much easier to make money at, especially for a beginner, than any other thing. Like, dude, the bead world, you think it's fucking competitive in the pipe world, bro? Those bead ladies fucking give you the worst looks you've ever fucking had when you show up with new shit at the bead shows. Like, they're super nice in the long run, and they end up being super cool, but like, back then, they were fucking not, like, friendly towards, like, a pipe maker that wanted to make beads, you know? And you could tell. You can easily tell back then. These days it's harder, but you could tell who learned from pipes. Yeah, they are. They're vicious, bro. I have some friends that are bead ladies now that are fucking dear, dear, dear friends of mine that we laugh about, like, how hard they were, you know, like how hard of fucking people they were to the people in the industry. Not like they didn't hate pipe makers or anything. They weren't like that. They weren't like pipe's not art, because they were being told the same shit. Beads aren't art. That's not art. You're just making beads. And they were like, what are you talking about? How the fuck can that, what? So like they were on our side about that, which was cool. But they were very, like, in their own world. And they still are. Like, you can make millions of dollars off of beads if you have the right setup in the right company. Millions of dollars a year off of beads. Literally, you can become a millionaire. Because you can make so much bulk. If you get a bead that sells well, and it's not an artistic, crazy bead, like just like a tube bead or a tunnel bead or something, and you get it to sell well, you sell them for like $1 or $2 a bead, and you get people to make them, and it takes seconds to make them because you make so many of them. So like I actually know a few people that early on were pipe makers and switched to making production beads. And when I say production beads, I mean like they were making like thousands of beads a day, like tunnel beads and shit. Like the accent beads and stuff. And they were making fucking literally like thousands of dollars every day making those beads. But it's shitty work. You're a factory line straight up. Like, you're doing the same exact bullshit all day over and over. There's only one fun part, and that's making the big piece of prep. Dude, like, when Kim, you know Kim Edwards, when she got into bead making, they were, like, cool with her, but, like, her thing, her chainmail shit was so fucking cool that people, like, kind of didn't want her around at the bead shows at first. Because they all knew everyone's gonna want this shit. And I didn't think of it. And now she's one of the biggest names in beads and everybody loves her. But at first, like, there was definitely people sort of against how awesome of shit she just made. Salt, same thing. Salt got famous in the bead world first, before pipe making. Nobody knew who he was at all in the pipe making world, and everyone knew who he was in the bead world because he was making those same. Oh shit! Here, show you guys what it looks like. Ooh, that's hot. Gotta get that. Hot, 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 hot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But yeah, Salt got super famous in the bead world first. And he was making those like creepy, weird, you know, fucked up things like he was doing early on in his glass career. Now his shit's super refined and amazing. But Kim is by far one of my favorite people I've ever met on this planet. She is, I fucking love Kim. And she's an absolutely brilliant glass worker. Brilliant. Fucking. But yeah, I think Kim Edwards is one of the best humans in the world. Alright, so that's 2 cups down. Oh, these take forever when I'm not doing. Oof. Man, that was a fucking. I should have cashed that and repacked it. That was gross. Dude, Peter, thank you so much for joining, man, and I'm stoked to be back, and I'm stoked to hear that it made me fucking very happy to see you jump in chat, dude. So I'll see you around, my man. Enjoy that 9-month-old. Stay happy, stay healthy, live free, brother. I don't think I have enough to do another rake. I think I'm gonna have to pull more down. Yeah. I'm just gonna grab it, pull it down. Alright, first I need a 12 mil handle to link up to it. Okay, so for those new and watching right now, I am out of 5 or 6 mil rods. I'm out of all rods, other than some 40 mil big ass solid shit, and I'm making wrap and rake cups. So the first thing I gotta do before I can make the cup is I gotta pull down a rod to use for my wrap and rake, which sucks. But just in case you're like wondering what the fuck I'm doing with this giant rod of glass, that's what the fuck I'm doing with it. Feels bad, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh. So yeah, just gonna get this hot, which, you know, takes a little bit because it's fucking 40 millimeters thick. Whoa, that kind of scared me a little bit. I didn't know what that was. Alright. Getting warm now. There, make it so you guys can see in the flame a little better for a minute while it's heating up. Yeah, dude, this setup is for streaming is so much better than it used to be. Like everything has like real lenses, real Diddy lenses now. I got my Canon camera for the main video purposes, so I can do shit like that with it. Really excites me. Like, I didn't want to stream if it wasn't like extremely high content. Like, so many people I see on here do like, I wouldn't say like low quality content, I guess, but like their setups have a lot to lack. There's a few people that kill it, that make really high quality stuff and have super fun stream. I don't know if they still do, but like a few people that Twitch stream and shit that were really fun to watch. I don't know if Doghouse still streams, but he was a really entertaining dude to watch blow glass. I don't know if he still does though. I should check that out. But Bob had an awesome stream to follow on Twitch. He was super engaging with everybody. Had a ton of people that watched every day too. He had a big following. Alright, that's hot enough. So it pulls itself at first. Eventually, you gotta give her a little tug. And let gravity do its thing. Grab it with my feet. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Fucking touching the ceiling. Yeah, no higher. I'm literally touching my ceiling, which is 9 feet up. 8 feet up, 9 feet up. Alright, where's my cutters, guys? Right there. Okay. This is going to be a little tricky, but you just got to cut it so I don't get hit with it. Ah, damn it. Fell on the ground. That stinks. Ugh. Gotta love the smell of come on. Gotta love the smell of extreme standing mat in the afternoon, huh? That stinks. Alright. Good. We're good. That'll be enough for the next one. 9.5 right there. Alright. Well, we got a couple new viewers. How's it going, guys? Girls? Hope everyone's having a great day today. It's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's gloomy outside here, but it's not snowing and it's not freezing. Like, I don't even have heat on right now, so that's pretty fucking good. Oh. Yeah, I might have to do the headphone thing. Get a pair of headphones so I can listen to Critical Role while I'm working. It's nice to listen to music and dance to, though. I suppose I could turn the music up again. It's pretty quiet now for some reason. Alright. So, for those wondering, today I'm just making cups to ship to Drinking Vessels, a company in Colorado. That's all they sell is cups. They have an online store called drinkingvessels.com. You could basically say they're sponsoring this stream because they're buying everything that I'm making. So if you guys want some nice drinking vessels, go to drinkingvessels.com and check them out. He probably has some of my stuff on there. I don't know. He goes through stuff pretty quickly. So alright, gotta heat this whole thing up glowing red now. Because if it's not glowing red, the silver and gold won't stick to it. Well, alright, that's not true. If you don't get it glowing red first once, the silver sticks to it in a weird way and likes to turn white and look weird. And so this is like cleaning the outside of the glass and then getting it to like I just melted all the impurities off of it, and now it's going to make it so the silver in particular will stick to it a lot cleaner. So we're just going to do a silver to gold fade on this one. Just means I'm going to do kind of a heavy silver, and you can see right now it doesn't really look like much once I carbon it though. So I want to go up with my flame with like bigger yellow flames, which is causing carbon. I don't want it to be too much on there, but it's good to have a decent amount. Like silver is easy to overdo. Then we're going to do gold. Which, ow, that's hot on the end for some reason. So we're going to weld that to something else. Okay, so this is gold. You can see a piece of gold on there. Gonna just start heating it up. That gold is gonna get so hot it smokes. You can see the smoke coming off of it. We'll go to about the halfway point, then back up. We We want this top part to be really coated with gold. Then to fade off like that down towards the other end. Same thing, we want to turn this up. Carbon doesn't actually make gold come out better, so it's not necessary to use like a carbony flame, but you do want to get it to like stick on there by heating it a little bit. Okay, so you can see gold on this half, silver on that half. The silver is actually a bit light. I think I'm going to touch it with a little bit more, just like a tad bit on that end. I think it's like almost out of silver, so it's like gives the best colors when it's like this, but it's also, you have a good chance of it being super dull. So there we go, just a little bit more. Wow, that looks good. I'm going to use the last rod that I pulled down. And we want to start on the end with the gold. So if you weren't around earlier when I was talking about this, gold has a tendency to make this wrap I'm about to do on here not want to stick to the glass. Like a real fucking tendency. It's real shitty. So what you want to do is, the first thing I suggest is heat up only a little bit of this to where you know it's good and hot, and only wrap this first part right now. So you want to get this to stick really well at first. Get rid of that big lump. I'm only going to wrap it a little ways, trail off, and then go right back and heat this right now. And marver it right now. Alright, so I got that gold part to stick on. I can move up to the next part. Because the rest of this is almost all silver, I can probably get away with wrapping the whole rest of this in one shot. As long as I get it all warm, I should probably be able to wrap all the way to the end in one shot now. Continue watching? Yes, motherfucker. So the actual hardest part of this trick right here, I can move this closer, or not closer. The hardest part to this trick is not getting a giant lump from when you weld this on now. There's a couple tricks. The first one is you can just heat up the tip really, really hot, tag it back a little ways, pull it, get that to come off, peel that out of there, and then just melt that off, and start right there with that tag. The other way would have been to start way back at the beginning again, overwrap everything you already did with a little short, fast wrap, and then just get to here and keep moving. So because this is silver, I'm hoping that this is still going to stick. If not, you'll get to see what I meant by my coils popping off in 1 second here. So now it's from there all the way up. I'm going to heat here. Oh, you see how the coils are moving? That's on the gold still though. See how those coils just blew off? That's on the gold. As we move up to silver, yep, see that? Now you see that? So that's what I meant this whole time, is they would literally just pop off there. So, it's not that big of a deal. It just won't be as clean looking. I'm gonna just rewrap over that and like kind of do a little chaos thing and it's not what I wanted, but it's fine. So we're actually just gonna start back here, get way over here, and rewrap all of this with an extra layer. Getting this end part that popped off. And we just use a marver while we actually heat it this time. Hope it doesn't pop off there. I think we're good. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, it's kind of small. This might not even be enough to do this whole thing. We'll see. Alright, now to the rake. So you always want to heat this lineup you're about to start with first. If you don't, you're fucked. You'll go to do this and it won't rake and it'll look extremely weird compared to the rest of your pattern. Yeah, it's going smoothly so far, bud. You know, the wrap kind of popped off there, so I had to do it again, but it wasn't too bad, only a little bit. Yeah, buddy. It's gonna look nice. It's gonna be all silver on the bottom, fading to all gold on the top. And the gold is looking super nice right now. The silver is a nice color. It's gonna be a nice blue color for the bottom. It's gonna be a nice one for sure. Yeah, dude, I love that look. It's one of my favorites. Goes through like the whole rainbow of colors from top to bottom, you know? So if you watched me do the last two, you notice I had a big flame on during this and was moving a little faster. The silver on that end compared to the gold on this end will want to burn out. The colors are going to want to burn out very easily if I were to heat too fast ahead of me. So to make sure that I get like the full good color range, I'm doing it this way with the little flame. It's going to take me a lot longer to rake it, but it's going to look better in the long run, and that's all that really matters. How fast you get something done should always come second to how nice it looks. Like, I don't care if you're making, you know, production spoons for fucking $5 each. Like, if you can make them in 3 minutes, that's great. But if they don't look right, then take 4. Or 10, or whatever it takes you, you know. Because eventually, after you've done them perfect for so many times, they just inevitably get faster, you know? In other words, doing something fast should be a byproduct of how many times you've done it right. There you go. Being fast should be a byproduct of how many times you've done it right. It's a good way to think of it. Alright, we're getting a little beat now at least. Something to bob your head to. Okay, last line. I'm going to do a little tiny one right there just to blend that in a little bit, but good to go. So I heat just this side now for a little bit because that side is hotter. Five, 9.5. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna be a nice one. This is gonna look good. better beats now, comparatively. Just let me know if the music comes across too loud or anything like that, guys. I'll turn it down. Begrudgingly, but I will. Okay, now it's back to the blow hose. Okay, you can see the silver to gold now. It's looking really clean. I'm gonna run a bushy flame down it just to even everything out. Get it all straightened up. And go to the mouthpiece and stretch it down a little bit. Melt it in, stretch it down a little.
SeatGeek presents The Really Into It. The confidence of knowing the concert tickets on the tip brings everything to life. Yeah. SeatGeek handles the tickets that fans can fan. Nice place.
Thanks. Been renting 5 years.
I guess this stream is sponsored by SeatGeek and Experion today. Where's my money? Alright, got that stretched a little bit. Time to melt it all in and get it to look clean now. So now it's just getting it all hot at one time, melting it all in. As much of it as you can, pushing it together a little the whole time. You got every once in a while, marble it. You don't want to heat it up too fast or you can burn your fume off. So you want to get it all hot at one time. Okay, this should be the last heat. Got to get it really good and hot this time. Stretch it, put it on the elm arbor, and blow it all at the same time. So, a lot of heat this time. Stretch. Stretch. Blow. Marver. Got my middle barrel. Now the whole top. Alright, got it looking pretty clean. Gonna add my little Maria ring touch to it here. Got a nice Maria ring now. Peel the bottom off. Alright. This is gonna be a nice one, nice and big. Good weight to it. And it's so good to have seen Peter Kastroba in here, man. He's literally one of my... When I was streaming before, he was one of my biggest supporters, man. That dude, like... completely supported me on Patreon, even though I never did fucking anything on there. I was like a total douchebag about that. Didn't like make any special YouTube content or anything, and or special Patreon content, and he still just like was a Patreon from day one until the day I made him stop being one. Like, he would still be my Patreon if it wasn't for me like stopping it. That dude's awesome though. Truly supports the art. Love that guy. Yeah, so the deal with my Patreon for a long time was after a certain amount of months, you just got a free cup for being a Patreon member. So he got a few sweet things out of me for being it, but I was a douche about it. He got some cool shit out of it, though. Yeah, I changed my brightness. I can turn it back up. I forgot. In the middle of melting it heavily, I think it looks better. But now I'm not. Thank you for reminding me. Good call.
And here, by the acre, your new workwear headquarters at Tractor Supply. Everything you need to get in, gear up, and get back to life out here.
No, skip ahead. No, it was my end. Trying to make it a more immersive experience for people. I know I say this every time, but don't cold seal that. Do a hot seal and seal it well. Let it cool for a bit. Turn down to a cutting flame. Right there on that border, right before that weird thickness. Peel and pop trick, so you can see what it looks like right now. First thing you want to do, open it up straight, so when you're pushing in on the glass, you're pushing in on straight glass, not folding glass over. Heat up back a little ways, give yourself a cushion in the glass to move the rest of it. And then heat up the part that you need to look good. Flatten it here. Do it again. Good and hot. Get a cushion. Straighten it all back out again. Get this even. It has like a dip in it right now. So now we want this to be a very straight wall, so I can crush this a little bit more. Oh. So if you use a big thick reamer, it'll sit in your L-marver and you'll know that it's sitting straight with everything else. So when you go in on it, you know whether you're getting it actually straight or if you're moving your hand to go with it. See, that rim's looking a lot cleaner already. One more little fix-it touch, and I think we'll be done. So that one was mainly just the rim. there we go. All done. Always heat from the inside first when you're going to finish a cup. Never heat the outside first, always from the inside. Heat up your grabbers. Kind of want to flame anneal the whole thing a little bit right now. Get the whole thing to glow a light dull red all at one time. And we just flatten the bottom, make sure it sits good, and that's it. Alright, that should be all done.
My name is Abby Monroe. I am a physical therapist who works primarily on the acute rehab unit here at the hospital. I have been here for 4 years. My favorite part of working at Samaritan really is the relationship stuff.
There we go. Oh. Jesus. Alright, guys. I think that's a pretty good first day of streaming on here again. What'd we do? 3 hours? That's good. I haven't eaten or drinking anything in hours. So I need to get a drink. Need to eat something, feed my animals, all that stuff. I might be back out later. It's starting to get dark, so it's starting to get pretty cold out. But yeah, I appreciate everyone joining. I appreciate everyone kicking it, fucking, and yeah, this has been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Get back into streaming again. I really enjoyed it when I did it before. So yeah, thanks for joining. I'll be around a lot. Just follow this channel, subscribe, watch, I don't know if you can subscribe, just follow, whatever the hell you do on here. And I do have a Discord. I'll figure out how to link it all in the chat and stuff at another time. I'm streaming video games over on Twitch under the name Montalamus, Montalamus. It's my D&D character's name. So if you want to watch video game streaming, you can watch that over there. Otherwise, I'll be back on here streaming either later tonight or tomorrow, definitely. Well, the new dungeon comes out on Destiny tomorrow, so I'll be playing that most of the day. So yeah, I'll probably be back later tonight for a stream out here. That way I can just play video games all day tomorrow, But thanks for joining me, guys. Much love. I appreciate everyone joining, and especially everyone chatting and whatnot. It's great to see the people chatting and whatnot while I'm working. So thank you. Have a great day.